Anything else? Can we present? Here's my badge. Oh, we can check it rather. I didn't want to check it, I want to present it. Present! I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. You know anything about this guy? Oh, say Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright. Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, I'll take it for sure, won't you? I guess it's kind of like illegal evidence. I wish we could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. Anything else you can tell us about this knife? It's against my policy to discuss evidence. Well, I can't do it. It's all about winning. So basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. Oh, PD's, not prosecutor's department, it's police department. The police department. Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? Oh, I accidentally skipped that. What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Let's check this. It's a knife? Knife! Knife. Very wide blade. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that, or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth, in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now that's a scary thought. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a type of knife you wouldn't normally use to kill people. It's more like a, more like a tool kind of knife. It's made to chop things, not stab things. I can check this, I guess. Let's say, oh, can't read that. Oh, something on the bottom, I guess, but we can't. Oh, can we? Actually. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner. Von Karma. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. Well, you can meet him in prison. Why she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Anything behind? Oh, it's a hand. Hand holding the shield, I guess. Well, nothing else to look at, I guess. Just that little tidbit on the bottom of the trophy. Oh, could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of all cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. 5:12? If I remember correctly, the victim got murdered at 5:15? Oh, that doesn't show. It doesn't show here. We don't know who the victim is yet. Kaffa Queen, defendant. That's very precise. Oh, people like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our position, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I guess that must be why everyone knows their precise times, because when they go to the parking lot, they get a little stub. 5:12. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Okay. This guy?
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
I'm Edgeworth, what is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all.
Sky, sir. No, sir. No name of that guy, sir. This report, sir.
I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? Or is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir.
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins.
Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month.
But sir, I didn't know.
Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm very busy. You may leave now. That's the way he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least.
Okay. Finally, you know, at least he gives us a lead. He's helping us out. We're all buddy old pals. Maybe.
I think that we've done all that we could, so let's just go. Go here, I guess. Actually, do you know anything about this knife? You know anything about this knife? No? Okay.
Hot tea?
Pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. Secret their aroma. Exquisite. How about this? Oh, okay, she doesn't know anything about that. Skip. How about parking stubs? You know anything about that? You always come here, right? No? Okay, maybe not. I was hoping you would tell us something. Yes, she's very tight-lipped. Oh, I accidentally mashed through the buttons, but I guess we can look at this. Parking stub, Miles Edgeworth, 1712, 0221. This is the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up with a couple extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. But perhaps. It just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. Yeah, I'm pressing the button to go to the right, but I can't, so I cannot do that. But instead we go somewhere else. I guess go here. Go to the PD, police department. Yeah, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? It's the mascot, I think? Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that? It's very creepy. Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he knows me. He sure is running over her fast.
Hey, pal, what are you doing here?
That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Dancing with the mascot? Seems to have some vandalism on it, like this handprint and duct tape. I was wondering about that. What, the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. Oh, you made it? You made this? The chief threw together some designs, I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it's just dance, dance, dance until the batteries die. Oh, poor blue badger. Faded to dance until he drops. How morbid. A work of art, apparently. Okay. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your suit will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. I guess, I don't know, that's kind of weird. That's a kind of a weird interpretation. I wonder if there's like a weird like translation kind of thing there. Because it does look like he's just normally saluting, isn't he? That's how the art was drawn. I don't know why they gave a real excuse like that in the text. Anyway. They look pretty busy. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Police? I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and the criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bus. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. They were like... They were telling a joke, rather. We know this. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want to set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without extra help. Okay, car. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? Actually, I don't know. Why is that? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Oh. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at the zoo? Okay, maybe not. I don't know why they're colored black and white. Maybe because they're just like neutral colors and it stands out because the little like police lights will stand out. So the car itself is not bright, but the lights are. Maybe. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought he was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people on these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. Okay, weird. I mean, I assume, you know, most of the like little drawn portraits are well drawn, you know, from people's memories, so they can probably be quite different from the actual real criminals that the witnesses saw. Maybe. Let's talk. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Well, why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. That face. You saw that face, right, before? But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? Oh, she's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just, please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like fate. Huh? It's just that, it's a sensitive issue for us these days. Fake evidence. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of the criminal affairs. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? Oh, what do you mean this time? And what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into the criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'll spend a day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Well, the chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. I'm sure I'm in charge of the crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Officer Marshall. I guess he's not a detective, he's just like a normal police officer? It's kind of weird. No, I'm thinking... I keep pressing the wrong button. You know anything about my badge? No, that's not it. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. I guess I do. Real men show their police badge. No said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, and I guess we can show him that. He did talk about the victim, briefly. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me in so much trouble all the time. I mean, Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? But first, let me... Well, I don't know, I was gonna present more stuff, because I don't know... We're probably gonna, like, move on once we already talking about the actual victim. I want to see what else, like, Gumshoe knows. Okay, found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Scott to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course, somebody else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Oh, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. You think he would talk about the Blue Badger because he made it, but I guess he has nothing to say, really. Just generic, you know, dialogue that says he's not really saying anything about the evidence. Let's see. Oh, actually, that was the wrong. I want to go down in order. I chose the last one by mistake. But I guess we'll talk about Edgeworth first. He's in a tough spot again. Again? No, yeah, again. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there are always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people will be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What?
But I know the truth, pal.
Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. But anyway, so this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
That's kinda weird. Well, Detective Goodman should have been in the police department yesterday. There was evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that the chief prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. Lana's confessing as much. That's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Well, thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe?
We met the guy who was, what was his name? The guy in the parking lot. Well, that'll be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police.
Officer Marshall?
Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Oh, look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show him this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. A letter of introduction. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Okay, well, thanks. Thanks! You know, Gumshoe's very helpful. Very, very helpful. Okay, doesn't say anything about that. Let's check it. And look at it.
Hey, look here.
Looks like something's been crossed out. Yeah, that was weird. Well, what is that?
Well, maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Well, let's see. Annual bonus, $20. I think a couple zeros are missing.
No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case.
Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator.
Detective Gumshoe is being paid in peanuts. That's how horrible. Can we look inside? No? Yeah, I guess not. Let's go back here. Looks like the investigation's still going on. I have to be getting back to the shop. Okay. Sorry. I don't know who's talking. I think maybe the lunch lady and the officer, maybe? Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Baby. Maybe not. Maybe that's her boyfriend? I don't know.
Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too.
What happened to the security guard? Oh wait, so it's a different boyfriend now. She has multiple boyfriends. What a naughty lunch lady. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost his herd. Is it doggy? A doggy? Like a doggy? 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 Look like a doggy. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene.
There's something I wanted to ask of you.
This seemed a crime. A code gray for men who's lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Something I want to ask you. Seen the crime? Okay, he didn't say anything. I guess we'll give him a letter of introduction. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warned you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. Well, it's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Oh, that old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look where it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. Oh, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proof is from Detective Gumshoe. Better than the blood test. Guess I better let you in then.
Oh, thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a second. Isn't the crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootanny. Hootatany? Hootatany?
So many unfamiliar words. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Bye-bye. You know anything about this? Count to 3. Huh? Gotta do that, we're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what you do in Texas.
Oh, we never visit Texas.
Again, Japanifornia localization. I can only assume maybe he's more generically in the Japanese version. He's probably just from America in general, right? Like a stereotypical American, maybe. I'm guessing? Maybe? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea. You know anything about this? 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in a trot real slow-like.
A trot?
My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for a prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along? I guess the assumption is that someone is framing Edgeworth. Be Lana, but I don't know. They're trying to prove that Lana's not involved in the first place.
Oh, a toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shoot without? A toy knight, maybe?
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point.
You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it?
Hey, they could use the same shield over and over.
Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you.
Something I noticed there. He said he was a detective before? He's a patrolman right now, but... Weird. Did he get demoted?
Okay, he doesn't know anything about the knife. Police passport?
No, this is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene.
A good distance? In this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas.
In Texas?
This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre?
Compadre. If you have suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no way to study than to hang out with pros.
It's my badge. I see your badge looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star shining in the nighttime sky.
It's a literal sheriff badge.
A beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night.
Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight.
Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. A real badge.
I guess that's it. Well, Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner.
And could you be a little bit more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy now? Doggy. Doesn't sound right when I say doggy, doji. Anyway, Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale.
I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star.
One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Oh, okay. Autopsy report. Hooray!
Okay, died to blood loss, only one knife wound. Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Okay, hour and a half, 4 p.m.
Was my sister involved, the victim, in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambino. Chief Prospector Sky Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on the case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot.
So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. It's high noon! God damn it.
I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective?
You call me out, they shoot you for that in Texas.
Ah,
I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth.
yeah, I was wondering about that. Really?
Well, now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be charged of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason, we're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
Oh, he's nothing but an old, sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth.
That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he doesn't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Interesting. Maybe yeah, because he's a connective Edgeworth. That's why he's not in the investigation. What's up? You're gonna kill me or something if I don't love you? Well, I guess you're gonna have to kill me, unfortunately. Let's see. I guess we can investigate the crime scene now. What's this? This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? I guess sure. Right, let's check it out.
Oh, it's automatic.
Cell phone. An old-time cell phone. Did the car poop out the corpse? I guess so. I guess the car ate the victim. Maybe not. Well, if I remember correctly, the body was found there, not so much that, you know, it pooped them out. I guess when they dragged the body out, it looked like that? Well, anyway. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Ironically, my generation, they don't have these flip phones anymore, so they probably wouldn't know. We use smartphones. We touch the phones with our fingers on the screen. The Motorola Razr, apparently, was something that I guess was popular 10 years ago. I never actually. The thing is, I never really had like a. I don't know. I never like had cell phones when everyone else did. You know, whatever. I think I had like an old BlackBerry, I guess. I recently actually upgraded to like an actual smartphone. It's pretty old though, still. It's like an Android or whatever. Anyway. Who did they call last? Note to self. A defense attorney doesn't think. He just pushes the button. Yes, I'm pushing buttons right now. Hey, that song, I know that. Yeah, it's the Steel Samurai.
Hey, what's going on around there?
Oh, sorry.
I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those new fangled ringtones. Oh, that? I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. I guess we're gonna get shot. Oh no, I've been saved the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Yeah, I guess, yeah. The flip phones, Razor, Motorola flip phones, pretty popular back then. I remember correctly, in Japan, like, they used like flip phones for quite a while, you know? It's only until like, I don't know, like a few years ago maybe, or I don't know, maybe a little bit more before that. But they definitely stuck with the old flip phone kind of deal for a longer time than in the West, as it turns out. Let's see, let's actually investigate the trunk. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 675122. Look, something's written on it. Goodman. Right. Let's see. 67S. Oh, okay. I thought it was a 5, but it's actually an S. It's hard to tell. 67S122. Okay, that's cryptic. I don't know what this means. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Well, not to self or deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Oh, they're still popular in Japan, maybe? Interesting, I never knew that. The cell phones. Cell phones, the flip phones. Because you would think that smartphones, you know, at least, well, they probably still have the same design, but like, you know, the typical, like, touchscreen flip phones, or rather, the typical, like, smartphones with a little screen, right? Like iPhones or whatever. I would think that would be more popular now in Japan, considering there's like a lot of mobile games, you know, a lot of Wii games as well. They're just available in Japan. Like Fate Grand Order. It's the only reason I have an Android. It's for the game, that's it. Anyway, this appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot in the prosecutor's office. The cowboy is infecting my vocabulary. The body was found in the trunk of my submarine's car. Subordinate. I guess, yeah, that's referring to Edgeworth. Like a luxury car, it just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Unlike me, I get nothing. The note is... 67S. 67S. I don't know, you're saying it's something like an address, maybe? It doesn't seem like it. Not to me, anyway. Because an address would include, like, a name, right? A name of a place. But this is just like a number and a letter. I don't know. Anything else we can look here? Take out the battery? No? I guess click on this again? I don't know. I don't know if it does anything. Oh, okay, maybe not. So you look like what I do during finals. Oh, never mind. It's nothing. Okay, maybe not. Nothing else to investigate, I guess. Maybe? Oh, wait, what's this? The strap? Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Well, here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Maybe the note is like an incomplete address? Maybe. We'll see. It stands for something, but we don't know the significance yet. Let's see, autopsy report. Okay. Bruce Goodman, 36 male. Died February 21st for around 4 to 5:30. I guess I don't have an exact time of death. Loss of blood from a chest wound caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. I guess he didn't die instantly, he slowly died with all his blood draining out. What a way to go. Okay, anything else to investigate? But look here, I guess. Exhibit 1. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Maybe not. I think they opened the trunk and he fell out. That's what happened. Can we look at here? A fence? B block is through there. That's where the visitors park. I can see the lunch line car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design of the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down a juicy-looking steak. Well, doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? I just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, isn't that? That's cannibalism. Did I ever play any point-and-click Nancy Drew games? I guess not. Well, not really. I've never really played a lot of point-and-click games. I guess Phoenix Wright is the exception, but otherwise, I don't like normal straight point-and-click adventure games. Not really my style, I think. Because I don't know. Because those type of games, I always feel like I always get stuck very easily. You gotta like click on everything and put the objects together, you know, you put this object with that object. It's a lot of guesswork, you know, which I don't know. I prefer something like Phoenix Wright. There is an actual a little bit of common sense logic. You know, sometimes it's a little weird, sometimes it is convoluted, but for the most part, as long as you're paying attention to the story and everything, then you'll be able to progress. You know, it's not like random chance that you just somehow got the right object to progress and everything. Hey, Block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to the B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Hamburgers. Phoenix Burgers. Let's see. Nothing else? Doesn't seem like it. Well, we already looked at that barrel. There was one barrel full of water and the barrel is lying on its side. I don't know if that's relevant to anything. Oh yeah, Arthur Morgan. I don't know, I just suddenly popped in my head. The cowboy guy reminds me of Arthur Morgan. Yeah, the guy from Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan. Anyway, just randomly just popped in my head. Alright, where do we go now, though? I think we already checked. Yeah, we already looked at all the evidence. We showed it to everyone. And can we show you... Well, actually, did we show you this note before? There you go. Ah, darn it. Okay, nothing there. Can you tell me about the autopsy? No? Okay. You gave us an autopsy, right? But you're not telling us much about it. Cell phone. My sister's cell phone. Last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night? Why did Lana make that call? Weird. It only lasted a few minutes or a few seconds? I don't know. Something like that. It was a short time. Anything else we can talk about? We can talk about Lana. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Oh, is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gone to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
Hate to say this, but it's your sister Bambina. Or Bambina, Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals.
What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. By the way, Emma.
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
No. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids?
The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine.
It was
yours.
Okay, interesting. I was wondering, like, when we clicked on that phone, I was wondering, did it play on that, on the actual, like, Lana cell phone, or... But then... Oh, wait, okay, I've only just drawn the connection. Where we press redialed on Lana's phone right here, it dialed the last phone number. And what phone was that? You know, it wasn't ours, we were lying about that. It was hers. She called her last night. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. So we know who she called, but why? The detective is murdered, and the suspect is a top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on in here. Yep, and I hear this case is... Because, like, this case was added, like afterwards in, like, a little, like, trilogy for the DS, this case, I hear, is pretty hard. It's pretty difficult. Definitely meant for people who've already, like, finished the entire trilogy, you know? Already. So this is one of the toughest cases out there, I think.